Today, on the third Sunday of Easter, the liturgy once again brings us this same passage. It is about the manifestation of Jesus to the disciples on the road to Emmaus. Let us listen carefully. It happened like this. That very day, the first day of the week, two of Jesus' disciples were going to a village called Emmaus, about 7 miles from Jerusalem. They were talking about everything that had happened. While they were talking and discussing, Jesus himself came near and began to walk with them. But the disciples were kept from recognizing him. Then Jesus asked them, "What are you discussing as you walk along?" They stopped, looking sad, and one of them, named Cleopas, said to him, "Are you the only visitor in Jerusalem who does not know the things that have happened there in these days?" He asked them, "What things?" They replied, "The things concerning Jesus of Nazareth, who was a prophet mighty in deed and word before God and all the people. Our chief priests and rulers handed him over to be condemned to death and crucified him. But we had hoped that he was the one to redeem Israel. And besides all this, it is now the third day since these things happened. It is true that some women from our group amazed us. They went to the tomb early in the morning and did not find his body. They came back saying they had seen a vision of angels who said that he is alive. Some of our companions went to the tomb and found it just as the women had said, but him they did not see." Then Jesus said to them, "How foolish you are, and how slow to believe all that the prophets have spoken. Was it not necessary that the Christ should suffer these things and then enter into his glory?" And beginning with Moses and all the prophets, he explained to them what was said in all the scriptures concerning himself. As they approached the village to which they were going, he acted as if he were going farther, but they urged him strongly, saying, "Stay with us, for it is nearly evening, and the day is almost over." So he went in to stay with them. When he was at the table with them, he took bread, blessed it, broke it, and gave it to them. Then their eyes were opened, and they recognized him, and he vanished from their sight. They said to each other, "Were not our hearts burning within us while he talked with us on the road and opened the scriptures to us?" That very hour they got up and returned to Jerusalem, where they found the 11 and those with them gathered together. They were saying, "The Lord has truly risen and has appeared to Simon." Then the two told what had happened on the way and how they had recognized him in the breaking of the bread. What do we learn from this passage? In the previous reflection, we said that Jesus was manifesting himself precisely to those who had some deficiency in their formation. Pain and sadness were common among those to whom Jesus appeared. But the disciples of Emmaus carried within themselves a frustration born from an unmet expectation. We had hoped that he would redeem Israel. Jesus never promised a material kingdom in Israel at various times. The disciples argued about who would take positions when the kingdom was established, but Jesus always corrected them and taught that whoever wanted to be the greatest must be the servant of all. Here is something powerful. We are like the disciples of Emmaus. We struggle to understand Jesus sends us signs, speaks to us in many ways, but we do not understand. Jesus had already appeared to the women, and they announced the resurrection, but they chose to walk away and return to their old life. Beyond frustration, we can identify deep sadness and even signs of discouragement that may resemble a kind of spiritual depression. Sadness, pessimism, and discouragement produce one of the worst kinds of blindness. The person can see, but finds no meaning. They walk with their head down, discouraged, and their thoughts become gray. In the narrative, it becomes clear that Jesus only began to lead the situation after they opened their hearts. They poured out all their pain and frustration. Then Jesus entered the situation, corrected and taught. When they reached their destination, Jesus seemed to go on, but something had already changed within them. That conversation awakened a thirst, a hunger for God. So they made the invitation. Stay with us, Lord. Jesus wants to remain with us, but He respects our freedom and waits for our invitation. It was in the breaking of the bread that their eyes were opened. They recognized Jesus. Today, we are invited to do the same, to recognize Jesus in the Eucharistic bread. To recognize Jesus along the journey of the Word. To recognize Jesus even when we do not understand everything. Stay with us, Lord. Radio Palabra de Deus en canção, where hearts are set on fire, where lives are transformed, and one prayer remains. Stay, Lord. Radio Palabra de Deus em canção, where hearts are set on fire, where lives are transformed, and one prayer remains. Stay with us, Lord. Jesus wants to remain with us, but He respects our freedom and waits for our invitation. It was in the breaking of the bread that their eyes were opened. They recognized Jesus. Today, we are invited to do the same, to recognize Jesus in the Eucharistic bread, to recognize Jesus along the journey of the Word, to recognize Jesus even when we do not understand everything. Stay with us, Lord. Radio Palabra de Deus em canção, where hearts are